Hey gang, Spacetime Badass here. So today I'm going to be giving you another chronicle in the Luciding saga. If you're unfamiliar with Luciding, the company who makes the lucid dreaming device, the LucidCatcher, then there is a whole host of videos that you can watch on my channel about this whole debacle. So I'm going to try to give you a quick rundown of what happened between me and this company. So there was a company I'd heard about who was making this lucid dreaming device that would stimulate lucid dreams via dry electrodes, a shock to your brain when it detects you are in REM sleep. So they released their first batch of these devices to some of their supporters for their first Kickstarter campaign, and I made a video about this, and then they saw this and asked if I'd like to try the product because they were trying to release a mass market product. And so I said sure, and then they said they would send me one. A month or two passes, and I think the only reason I actually got it is through a lot of the people that I know in the lucid dreaming community who were also promised devices to try, that we would get to actually keep these devices, was our understanding. We were going to get this brand new device, like their mass market devices that they were trying to sell on their Kickstarter and the Indiegogo campaign, which actually garnered between the two of them about $180,000 last year in 2017. So we were all excited about this, but we actually have to communicate with each other and then try to communicate with the company each individually to make sure we can actually get our devices. And so the reason that it was so backed up and we weren't getting our devices is because they're actually having us send device from one reviewer to the next. So they're sending a device that shocks your brain to a reviewer and having that reviewer send it to the next person rather than get to keep the device like they thought. As well, like this resulted in me receiving a device that had like other people's skin cells on it, some hair that might have been like cat hair on it, a dirty device that someone else had used. That also came with a device that was like old style, and it came with a device, or it came with an app that didn't work very well and very poor instructions. The device ended up shocking a few of us awake when we finally got our device. And by the way, they're sending devices between reviewers without a diagnostic in between to actually send it back to make and at least clean it and make sure that it's okay to go. If they weren't going to send us all a device to keep, then they should have at least done a diagnostic in between, because they've sent it around the world many times. So it went from Russia, as far as I know, it went from Russia to the US for me, and then I sent it to the UK. By the time it got in the UK, it didn't work. So just an example of kind of the weird kind of shit that's going on. And the whole time this is going on, they're pressuring us to get reviews out before we've actually had a chance to try the device. My friend Gio on lucidsource.net actually made some graphs in an article he was making about how the device worked and some of the results they'd gotten. He made graphs, and they took those and actually put them into their documents in their Kickstarter without even asking him. So there's some shady shit going on with this company, and the device is actually, the app actually had boost mode turned on, which is the highest shock you could possibly get, and we were told that the device would have on the app a way that we could actually set what sort of stimulation we were going to get and how strong the shock was going to be. But it didn't have that. It just had full shock on, or just like some standard shock, but they all had the full shock boost mode on. Which we had to turn off so it wouldn't wake us up in the middle of the night. And I know myself, Giz Edwards, Gio from Lucid Source, we all had a burning sensation in our eyes after trying this product. And I let Luciding know this. I made videos about this. And then I made another video criticizing Luciding and how a piece of their marketing that implied people could become a pro gamer by using their product and practicing a game in lucid dreams. I made a video refuting that, and that's not how, living a game wouldn't make you better at playing that game, because it's about the muscle memory of pressing the buttons, which, since devices don't work in dreams, that wouldn't work. So it was false advertising. I made a video exposing that, and then someone from the company made a DMCA takedown. And then after that DMCA takedown, I got really pissed and made another video. And then I talked to someone there and actually got them to lift that DMCA takedown so that the video would come back, and it now is. So you can watch all of these videos and follow this crazy shit that's been going on. But since I posted the last video, nothing's really moved on that front. This was at, I think, the end of 2017, and it's July of 2018 now, so it's been like over half the year. and people still haven't been getting their devices, and there are people cropping up who are asking me if I've heard anything, like what's going on with Luciding, and I hadn't had a word from it, and then I noticed some person was commenting on my videos called Luciding Scam, talking about this Facebook page called Luciding Scam, so I checked them out, and they've actually been documenting their progress trying to track down where the company Luciding is stationed, I guess, where they first started their company in the United States, and filing formal complaints against them and trying to take like legal action in that way. They've been documenting that. And so I was like, what's even going on with Luciding? So I checked their website, and their website was down, and I was like, you know what, that doesn't really bode well for a company that got $180,000 from Kickstarter selling people devices that no one has gotten yet, for them to not have a website. They hadn't posted on anything on any of their social medias in months and months. So I was like, they're trying to ghost and just get away with the money and not actually give people their devices. So I took it upon myself to contact the owner, founder of Luciding, Nikita Ant, and we had a discussion after emailing back and forth a bit. And I'm going to give you the story as he gave it to me. I'm not going to try to convince you to believe it or not to believe it. I'm going to try to tell you what happened. What he told me happened, and that's that. So I did my part because I'm so sick of this situation. Like, I don't want to talk about this anymore. It's tiring for me. So Nikita says, back when they wanted to start the company here in the US, Nikita started this whole Luciding thing by tinkering with this device idea and doing some Kickstarters when he was in college as like a kind of college project. But he was more the programming development side of that device. He didn't know much about business, so he got this other guy, Michael, on, and you can actually kind of see this online. This is documented. There's videos of Michael doing like spiels for Luciding at seminars and stuff to get backers.
It's very hard to become a lucid dreamer. So we have developed a wearable device which you put on your head before you go to sleep and basically sleep with it. It detects your REM sleep phase. It's a phase when your eyes move and you see a dream. At this point, it applies neurostimulation, and you basically wake up in a dream.
So eventually Michael's successful, and they get backers, investors for their company to start the company here in the US. And so they want to do like a mass market thing and really get these products going. But their investor is apparently doing really ridiculous demands on what they want done, like on their Kickstarters before they actually mass market the product. They wanted to have, I think he said something like 1,000 units already sold. So they started a Kickstarter and an Indiegogo campaign, and then they started sending the devices out to reviewers to send one to the next because they just needed a bunch of reviews, and they needed money at the time. They didn't have the devices they needed, so they really wanted to get a Kickstarter out and get these reviews as quickly as possible, so that they could fulfill the needs of their investors. And so they do as much as they can. They did get did get a few people in like other countries, some, I think, like European countries to give good reviews and stuff like that. And so they had successful Kickstarters in this, but apparently the way Nikita tells it is these investors and he were kind of at odds, and I guess there was some sort of legal battle or battle behind the scenes where Nikita kind of took more control of the reins now, and he's got all the issues sorted out. And I did ask him about the issues with boost mode and the device and the app that came with it, if it was all going now. And he told me that with their new manufacturer in China that they were able to get from their Kickstarter and Indiegogo campaigns, that they were able to get that issue sorted out, and it should work as advertised now. He told me that they will start manufacturing this summer, and he also seemed to me to be really excited. He actually said he couldn't wait to start answering emails from his customers now, because he finally has control to handle the company how he wants to handle it. And in talking to him, it seemed like I was just talking to another passionate lucid dreamer, because he's more interested in taking care of the customers he has now and then doing other things with lucid dreaming and his life, rather than focus on luciding so much. So their website is down right now, but he assured me that he's going to bring the website back up, and he showed me a behind-the-scenes preview of a website that he is working on now, trying to bring live, which is like a dream school or something, if I remember correctly. I'm going to put links in the description box down below. I'm going to try to keep those up to date and at least let you know if I do or don't have a live link down there at this time. But he showed me a behind-the-scenes thing and some articles that he has explaining the situation, how it unfolded, and how he wants to continue forward with this whole situation. So as far as I understand, he's on course to have these manufactured this summer and get the people who paid for devices taken care of. So that's good news for everyone there. Whether or not it's all going to be safe and figured out and won't make your eyes burn and won't wake you up in the middle of the night, that's something you're going to need to look into and educate yourself about the types of stimulation and how much to give yourself, because this information is available. And it's something that I don't think you can trust anyone else to give you if you actually are getting a device that works as such to shock your brain. Always be careful. So I hope this is the last time that I have to talk about Luciding. I'm fairly confident that it is, but if it isn't, then fuck me. I don't know what I'm going to have to do, because if these devices come out and they are dangerous for people and I get bad reports, you know, from people of like some serious shit happening, like if it seems as though these are a danger, like I don't know what more I can do other than like try to go and bring this more public, even though I'm shouting online to everyone in the lucid dreaming community. But I think that covers everything. I tried to get through it quick because there's a lot of information there, guys. So that's as far as I know. Nikita is placing blame on this other company for running things into the ground and for the danger. And he is now assuming responsibility to get the devices out to everyone so he can move forward. And there's some links he wanted me to share as well that I'll put in the description that are kind of related with what he wants to do next. But otherwise, I would say follow Luciding on their social medias. Keep an eye on their website, luciding.com. And yeah, I will see if I can get you guys any other links in the future if some shit moves on that front. But otherwise, at least you guys know that's my conversation, a recent conversation with the Luciding founder, Nikita Ant. So I hope that helps you guys, and I hope it puts you at ease, and I think that's it. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take it easy.